Hello, it's me. So I would just really like to talk about something called sleep paralysis. I'll explain in a second. So this is basically just going to be my sleep paralysis story. The one time I've ever experienced it. The only time I ever want to experience it. Ever. Anyways, so that's a basicness of it, of what the video is going to be. Anyway, so sleep paralysis, for those of you who haven't heard of it, it's a completely natural thing where when your body goes to sleep, but your mind doesn't. So basically, when you fall asleep at night, your mind falls asleep before your body. But sometimes your body will fall asleep before your mind. And this is basically going into like paralysis of your body with your mind still awake. So it's like, think of it like, your body falls asleep and it goes into like a paralysis when it falls asleep. But you never know this, and it happens all the time when you sleep. Every time you sleep, your body goes to sleep soon after your mind does. But sometimes when your mind is still awake, your body will just think, oh, I'm asleep. It will fall asleep and go into sleep paralysis, or it will go into paralysis, and then the sleep will, and suddenly you won't be able to move. You'll just be like able to look around, but you can't move your head or anything like that, and it's really scary. Often during this time, you'll experience really weird stuff like hallucinations, and that's also normal because your mind dreams, but because of the fear, well, I'm not sure if this is exactly true, but what I think is because of the fear of your body, like shocked like it is when you go into sleep paralysis, I think because of that is why you hallucinate. That's my theory. I don't know. So, I would like to tell my story of the only time I've ever had sleep paralysis. The only time I want to have sleep paralysis. Okay, so, the first time I was in my room a while ago, probably like a year ago now that I think about it. I was like lying asleep. I actually fell asleep, but sometimes when you wake up in the night or whatever, you'll wake up and be in a sleep paralysis. Now this is like when you're like dreaming, you're like doo-dee-dee-dee-dee, and then you just fall asleep, and then you wake up, and then suddenly you're like, I'm not able to move, or something terrifying is looking at you. And it's referred to as a sleep paralysis demon or something like that, but it's not a demon, it's just hallucination. But anyways, so one day I was like sleeping, and then I woke up and I saw this face looking at me over my bed. Like I was like laying on my back, and right here this thing was like staring at me. Like I was like looked at it, and I wasn't able to move, and I was terrified. And I know this isn't a dream because it's exactly how it sounds. Sleep paralysis sounds. And the thing like looked at me, and I was like terrified. I tried to like reach up and like grab it or like hit it or something. I just looked at it though. I tried to move my hands, but my hands wouldn't move. My arms wouldn't move. Nothing would move, and it was like terrifying. And then whenever I tried to put all my willpower and strength into lifting my hand up so I can defend myself from this thing, and what it looked like, it wasn't like a human. It was very dark in my room. There's like a little lamp thing, diffuser thing, lighting up the room a bit. But other than that, there's not really anything. There's no lights or anything, but you could see this shape. You can see its eyes and its face, and it was terrifying. I don't know. Like, I feel like the shape of it was like really like kind of like unknown, except for its eyes, and the eyes were like anyways. So then it like, when eventually I kept struggling to like attack it, but I couldn't do anything except look at it. And then it like grabbed my hand and was like started squeezing on it. Though I didn't really feel any pain, it was still terrifying. My heart was beating, and I was like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And then I thought, this has to be a dream. This has to be a dream or something like it. And it kept squeezing my arms, and its face, whenever I tried, like, the face started, like, the eyes are the only thing I could really make out. It started going, like, coming, like, monstrous, and, like, was, like, and it was, like, got more intense in its eyes. And then eventually I'm like, if I'm dreaming, I could just close my eyes and wake up. So I shut my eyes and I was like, couldn't move still. I kept, and it was still there, and its face was like more intense, and it was like, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna die. This is some person who came into the house or something, and it's killing me. And then I did it one more time, and this like weird feeling, it was like, and then it was like, I opened my eyes, and it was like, it was gone, but the room was like exactly how it was. The diffuser was over there, still on. And then I was like, oh. And then this like, these circles that go down and down from like your eyes when your eyes are like hurting. So I mean, I know what it's like to be in paralysis. I mean, anyways, so that's my story. And I always thought it was a dream. I'm like, that was the most terrifying dream I've ever had. But now, like a year later, I realize that wasn't a dream. That was sleep paralysis. Though the monster dude wasn't real, it was still paralysis. And yeah, so that's my story. Comment below your sleep paralysis story if you have one, and if you have more than one, your scariest one, because everybody loves scariness. Okay, adios.